Welcome to ARCA Social. My name is Charlie Krall, and we're sitting here with Dylan Cappello, who picked up a big win in the West Series race out at the Bullring at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And Dylan, first and foremost, for a lot of people who may not be familiar with who you are and what your racing background is, they were probably a lot of people surprised to see you end up in victory lane. Knowing your background out there in Vegas, how surprised were you to get that checkered flag?
I went in kind of setting my expectations for, I think if I could have ran inside the top five all night and kept the car clean and stayed out of trouble and had a shot at the end, I would have thought that would have been a really solid night. So I think that was kind of my expectations going in, just not being in those cars a lot and just having that one start in 2015. Obviously exceeded those expectations a little bit, so that's always good to do.
So you do have a lot of experience racing out on the West Coast. How did that help you prepare? Like you said, your first start in a West car in 8 years, and the cars have changed quite a bit since last time you were in it. So how did all that racing experience out West help you?
I think the Bullring's a unique place. Line-wise, it's a little bit different how you get into 3 and 4, and it can really kind of make or break your lap there. So I think kind of having that experience and having a lot of laps around that place really kind of played into our hand a little bit. With them spraying the PJ1 down, I don't have a ton of experience with that there, so that was kind of a question mark for me going in there and how that was going to activate and play a role throughout the race. Kind of knowing how that place races and watching some races there, racing some late models and stuff, not too long ago there was really helpful.
For those who don't know, you are a full-time race engineer for Front Row Motorsports. How does what you do behind the cockpit help you in that job? And then how does what you do for Front Row Motorsports, how does that help you when you get to climb back behind the wheel?
I think it's massive. Kind of coming out here and becoming a race engineer, I had a good grasp on kind of what changes did what, but when you're kind of immersed in it every day and you're always thinking about how to make race cars go fast, it just becomes kind of all you think about. So once you get back behind the wheel, you're running everything through your head at once, while you're out there on the track. I think this is why it's getting tight in the center. I'm kind of feeling this. And I think it makes your feedback quite a bit better.
You outduel, guys like Trevor Huddleston and the Reif brothers, who are just really solid race car drivers. What's it mean to you on a personal level to walk away with that checkered flag?
It kind of tells me that I can still do it, when I get back behind the wheel. I know the caliber of competition and the types of cars that those guys are in, they definitely don't bring anything bad to the racetrack. And so just racing against those guys that race all year and kind of have a really good grasp on those cars, I think you're obviously at a little bit of a disadvantage to them. So I think it just makes your feedback, you have to have better feedback throughout the day. I think Mike Nake brought a really good race car, and I like to think that I did a pretty decent job with it too.
I saw you after qualifying and I said, hey man, I know you were pretty quick in practice. What happened out there? And you said, I just missed it just a little bit. How hard is that for you to put that in the back of your mind and just refocus on getting the job done in the race?
I think the qualifying is kind of where the experience, comes in. Like, those guys do it a lot more, and you got to put together 2 laps, not go out and run practice for a while and kind of get a rhythm down. You got to go out and slam 2 laps down. I knew that I trusted Mike and his abilities to kind of read the track and what he thought the track was going to do going into the night. And after practice, talking about where we thought the car was, and we thought our long run speed was really good. Hot lapping, and we ended up putting our fastest time down at the very end.
Is there any opportunity for you to come and do some more West races? Maybe not here in 2023, but looking ahead to 2024?
I think there's definitely opportunity there. Obviously, Mike was pretty excited with how everything turned out. A lot of the guys that work on the team were pretty excited. I would have liked to really do Phoenix, being kind of my home track, but it just doesn't work out very good with the trucks being there on the same day.
Same day.
Yeah, I would like to do Phoenix in the future. I think that would be awesome.